Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will be teaching you tips on how to turn a man on fast. Please make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell, thank you. So here are the tips on how to turn any man on fast. 1. Play wrestle. There's something about fighting for victory that can be such a turn on. Many men are competitive, but showing him that you're not afraid to get physical can make you even more desirable. Plus, wrestling involves a lot of physical contact. You're only about 30 seconds away from wrestling turning into making out. 2. Masturbate in his presence. There are few more powerful ways to turn a guy on than to let him see you masturbate. You might start touching yourself as you lie in bed next to him, or you might let him catch you masturbating. He'll likely be turned on by the sight, but you can ask him to give you a helping hand. 3. Trace his contours. It's easy to head directly to his penis if you want to turn a guy on, but don't forget about the rest of his body. Trace the contours, or outlines, of his body. You can trace your fingertips across his arms, shoulders, chest, face, hips, legs, knees, and more. As you work, you can get closer to his penis, which will likely be pretty hard because he should be turned on by then. 4. Scratch his back. You might not know it, but many men get insanely turned on when a woman scratches their back. If you have any nails, try scratching his back over and under his shirt. Pay close attention to his response. Chances are, he'll like it. 5. Give him a sultry kiss. Kisses can be innocent and friendly, or they can be deep and lingering and hint to the fact that you want more. Planting one of the latter on your lover's lips can be a turn-on for him as well as a way to show that you want something more. 6. Talk dirty into his ear. Talking dirty is such a powerful move when it comes to turning him on. Plus, it helps you communicate just what your desires are. A lot of men appreciate when their partners are brave enough to talk dirty. 7. Nibble his ears. Although you might not think about it, the ears can be erogenous. Plus, if you're kissing, licking, and nibbling his ears, you can pause to use those dirty talk skills you've developed and turn him on. The key to nibbling his ears is not to leave him covered in saliva or bite him so hard that he bleeds. Lightly drag your teeth along his earlobe and tug. You can also trace the shape of his ear with your finger. 8. Wear a scent for sex. If you do specific things whenever you want to have sex, your man will learn to associate those things with sexy times. This is known as conditioning. 9. Massage his scalp. Just like the back scratch, the scalp massage can be incredibly sensual and put someone in the mood for sex. You can massage his scalp with your fingertips and even scratch a little with his nails. He might also get turned on if you pull his hair a bit if it's long enough to do that. 10. Wear red. A pair of Louboutins with their infamous red heels are sure to turn a few heads. Wearing a bold red dress, piece of lingerie or even lips can also do the same, and it's a lot more likely to be noticed by the guy that you're trying to turn on. For whatever reason, this color grabs our attention. It's been associated with hunger, power, and, you guessed it, sex. Studies have even found that women wearing red are seen as more attractive and more sexually receptive than other women. These effects extend to other species, too. So don't be afraid to wear a little color when you want to rouse his attention. 11. Go down on him. What better way to turn him on fast than to give him some all attention? If he's not hard, he soon will be. Plus, he'll love that you took the initiative. 12. Send a sexy text. Combine dirty talk with technology, and what do you have? A surefire way to get him in the mood. A sexy text can include just words, or you can add photos, videos, or even a voice clip. Get a little creative. Sexting can be used to create and prolong sexual tension. You're anticipating sex, which can make the sex feel amazing once you finally have it. In fact, this could be the key to making him come hard. 13. Walk into the room naked. You don't need to do much if you want to know how to get him turned on. Simply strip off your clothes and walk into the room where he's doing anything else. If he's like most men, his attention will be on you and only you once you do that. Alternatively, you can call him into the room where you're waiting for him au natural. 14. Play footsie or grab his thigh. Here's another example of how powerful touch can be. If you play footsie or grab his thigh underneath the table, especially if other people are around, you're setting up quite the sexy scene. It's all the more scintillating because he can't have you now. You might be tearing each other's clothes off by the time you get home, or you may have to stop off at the bathroom to have a little naughty fun. You can even see how far you can go under the table. To start off, all you need to do is start rubbing anywhere on his leg and then slowly make your way up to his thigh until you are eventually rubbing his inner thigh. A great technique to use is to accidentally rub over his crotch ever once in a while when rubbing his inner thigh. 15. Grab his ass. Although you might be more used to be on the receiving end of this move, a well-timed ass grab can be anything from fun to funny to sex. If you pair it with a close hug and kiss while your body is pressed close to his, you can let him know what you're thinking about. 16. Play with his nipples. Man or woman, nipples are a sensitive part of the body. There are so many things you can do with them: flick them, pinch them, bite them, or rub them. If he's wearing a thin enough shirt, you can stimulate his nipples before he even removes any clothing. 17. Put on porn. You've probably heard that men are visual. It's why we suggested that you put on something red as you're learning how to turn him on quickly. But if you're feeling especially adventurous, you can try putting someone on the screen to catch his eye. Most guys like porn, and he's likely to be pleased as well as turned on if you surprise him with porn. 18. Read erotica out loud. Many women enjoy erotica during masturbation. In fact, non-visual media is more popular among women. It's a great way to get turned on. So why not turn the table and use it to do the same for you, guy? Tell him that you're reading a really interesting book. Or maybe have him sit down and wait for a surprise. Pick a super sexy scene to have at the ready. You don't want to make him wait too long, then start reading. Chances are, he'll be pretty turned on before long. 19. Add an aphrodisiac. While the science is still out on how much certain foods affect sex drive, there is one thing we know: the placebo effect is strong. So if you and your man think a certain food will turn him on, it likely will. Some common foods believed to increase desire include: 1. Oysters. 2. Chocolate. 3. Figs. 4. Coffee. 5. Ginkgo biloba. You can increase the effect by choosing foods that you can eat of each other's bodies or that you can transfer between your mouths. Strawberries, whipped cream, and chocolate sauce all do the trick. You can also find products made specifically for sexual use. That way, you can use sensual touch and not just rely on the dubious effects of aphrodisiacs to turn him on. 20. Try something new. This isn't so much advice about technique as it is a reminder that trying something new can turn arousal up, especially if you're finally acting out a fantasy or doing an activity that increases the intensity of sex. Remember a time when you did something new sexually and how much hotter and more pleasurable it made everything. So the next time your guy asks you to try something new in bed, say yes. But don't just put the responsibility on him. Take turns initiating and adding new things to your sexual menu periodically. This prevents sex from becoming stale and is important if you're in a long-term relationship. It's typical for people in longer relationships, especially men, to experience sexual boredom after a while. It's known as the Coolidge effect. So don't let that happen in your relationship. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and make sure you turn on the notification bell to get our next video on how to deal with sexual anxiety, tips for nipple play, and how to make a guy horny.